In addition, I'm Jason Salas. Thank you for joining us tonight. Now, before we get to tonight's top stories, here are another one of our island's frontline heroes.
Hafide Guam, thank you for your support of the Guam National Guard soldiers and airmen. We are still in the COVID fight, but we are in this together. So please, keep washing your hands and practice social distancing. Stay safe, Guam.
That's very wise information, and we here at KUAM and all of Guam thank each one of our frontline heroes for their tireless dedication to keeping all of us safe. Well, it is time to hit the economic reset button because as businesses slowly begin to reopen throughout the island, UOG economics professor Dr. Roseanne Jones says the health situation will continue to drive our economy.
Right now, we are a health economy, and we have to get that health piece right. And we do that not only just for ourselves, but we do that for our customers, our clientele, our future tourists. And we're beginning to see markets that share in that health economy beyond our own. I think we want to be that healthy economy.
She's talking about tourism, our main industry, and partnering with other markets like Korea that's also had success in health.
How can we bring back and demonstrate in small ways that we can be a destination that you can come to, that you can be safe in, and we're going to take it one step at a time. So we have, on the one side, we're focusing on this health and getting all of that right. Businesses are interested in making sure that they are healthy. And in between, we have this economy that's trying to bridge this divide of how we go from health and what we're doing really right there, and how we can move that momentum to have businesses embrace that health theme and begin to plan out how we bring back business.
She agrees with tourism industry officials that the road back will not be easy, but it will come back.
It may come in maybe even a better form. I believe in a better outcome for this, in ways that we learn differently, and all the things that we would have liked to have had in our economy, the way that we approach it. I think we'll be better for it.
In the interim, she says, businesses need to be resilient in seeking that path back to prosperity in the new economy.
Well, the clock, it seems, is quickly ticking down to the August deadline to pass a new fiscal budget. And the lack of a spending plan at this late hour might also be shaping up to be a major election year issue.
Republican Senator Jim Moylan says there's been no clear indication from the administration about its spending priorities in the wake of drastically reduced revenues. Moylan has now introduced a bill to force the issue and make the administration lay their cards on the table.
The vision needs to come from the top. What is the projection? What does the governor wish to focus on with what we need to be fiscally responsible for? And that's the budget. Not to take away from the governor's vision, but because if you don't want the legislature just to tell you what's more important than other things as well.
But in the face of a huge funding shortfall, equally huge budget cuts seem inevitable. And with payroll, the government's largest expense, the very difficult and politically sensitive decision about personnel reductions appears to loom large. Moylan is pushing for those answers now.
In the meantime, rather than creating a panic like something we didn't project in the Trump administration with the Trump tax cuts, right? And then what happened, right? We saw an increase in BBT. Let's not do that. We have an opportunity. We identified what's essential, what's not essential. We need to relook at what's the important things for us to start off first.
Under normal circumstances, the budget hearings would already be well underway. But at the last Special Economic Services meeting last week between the Legislative Finance Committee and the governor's fiscal team, administration officials indicated there was no clear visibility yet on revenues.
In business headlines, United Airlines announced the updated flight schedules for Guam, Saipan, Palau, and Micronesia from May through July 5th. United will operate an estimated 85% fewer flights compared to this time last year. The company also provided updates for the following routes. The Tokyo-Narita route, 2 of the 3 daily flights from Guam have been suspended until further notice. Nagoya and Osaka have likewise been suspended until further notice. Fukuoka has been suspended until late October, and Manila has been suspended until further notice. With current coronavirus travel restrictions in place, flight schedules are subject to change without advance notice. Customers are encouraged to check united.com for the latest and more information on in-flight safety measures for both passengers and crew. From Manila, the University of Guam has been awarded $20 million with which to expand its research capabilities on coral reef survival in rapidly changing environmental conditions. The 5-year grant is from the NSF's established program to stimulate competitive research, more commonly referred to as the EPSCoR, and will expand upon work taken during the previous 5-year, $6 million grant project, the Guam Ecosystems Collaboratorium. Starting the 1st of July, the new grant project will increase the collection, documentation, integration, and analyses of complex genetic and oceanographic data from reef within the region. And also, First Hawaiian Bank has donated $150,000 to 4 nonprofits working to meet the unprecedented community need for assistance in Guam and in the CNMI. Donations of $50,000 to the Salvation Army's Guam Food Bag Program and the Total Guam Foundation Care Package Initiative. $25,000 went to Empty Vessel Ministry Foundation Saipan's Emergency Food Bank and to Karadat Social Services Saipan's Emergency Food Program. The 2 Guam donations are also in honor of First Hawaiian achieving its 50th anniversary of serving the local community this year. Please stay tuned. There is more Weekend Edition when we return.
Get up-to-the-minute news, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
While we've all been through a lot over the years,
typhoons, earthquakes, and now COVID-19,
we've been able to get through these together.
For more than 80 years, Travelers Insurance has been protecting your homes, your businesses,
and the health of your family.
We are here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
There are better days ahead. Tomorrow's a new day filled with hope and choices.
The possibilities of what we can achieve together are limitless.
Let's continue to work together to ensure a brighter tomorrow for all of us.
We are open to serve you at Cars Plus Guam. Need a quick service for your vehicle? Visit our express lane at Cars Plus. Done fast, done right. No appointment needed. Our service team is dedicated to helping you get your vehicle in and out of the shop and back on the road quickly and securely. Simply drop off your vehicle at our express lane driveway, and one of our service advisors will take care of it. Need a ride? Not to worry. We have a shuttle vehicle ready to drop you back home and pick you up when your vehicle is ready. Open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Visit us today. We are open to serve you.
More freedom. To learn more, to create more, to connect more. Mix and match Data Pass. Take your data further.
Graduation is such a momentous occasion, but this year, the class of 2020 will not have the chance to celebrate their achievements in a traditional way. We want to show our love and support to the entire class of 2020 and give them the recognition they deserve. Watch KUAM News on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday throughout the months of May and June as we feature members of this historic class. Submit their grad photos to class of 2020 at KUAM.com with name, school, and a special brief message. Middle school, high school, and college grad photos will all be accepted. Head of the class of 2020, will also be featured weekly on KUAM News digital platforms. Let's celebrate the class of 2020 together. Head of the class of 2020 is brought to you by the Guam Community College.
Our friends the Claris brothers have another informative segment about how you can stay safe and stay healthy. It's time for Daily Minutes.
Today, this is Ryan Claros from Custom Fitness, licensed physical therapist. Thank you again for joining us for our segment number 9 for our daily maintenance program. For the next couple of segments, we're going to be focusing on our running series. What we're going to do is we're going to actually debunk a couple of myths. We're going to kind of talk about lots of injuries, and then we're going to talk about how to kind of treat these injuries and improve overall running performance, running economy, and then at the end of the day, decrease the risk of injury. Come on, Coach Paul from Custom Fitness. Right, this is the head coach. We're going to be able to kind of say, hey, by the way, what can we do for a lot of these runners? Right, let's kind of talk about why we need to do it. What the myth is for runners is that in order to increase muscular endurance, they must do what?
Low weight, high reps.
High reps. So let's just kind of get this out of the air. So in order for us to improve any type of muscular endurance, you need to do endurance type activities. So coach, what's an endurance type activity?
Running, swimming, jogging, biking.
And the only way to build muscular endurance is through endurance type activities. So long-term running, long-term swimming, long-term cycling. That's the only way to build it. You cannot build muscular endurance per se by doing muscular endurance type activities. So light reps, lightweight with a lot of reps, don't build anything. Remember, as we begin to age, the amount of things start to change. So in terms of our tendon stiffness, it tends to decrease, and that stiffness provides energy, right, for movement, right? So what we want to be able to do is say, hey, by the way, we're going to kind of go away from that. We need to improve a little bit more on our strength and conditioning. So what we need to be able to do is we need to lift heavy, right? And we need to lift very often. So the suggestion is that we're going to be able to lift 2 to 3 times a week, right? Lifting anywhere between 70 to 80% of our 1 rep maximum. Coach, what's a 1 rep maximum?
Amount of weight that you can lift at one time.
So if you're thinking on a scale of 0 to 10, this is going to feel like a what?
9-ish.
Like a 9-ish, okay?
Yeah.
So so that's like a 9-ish out of 10, right?
Yeah, 9
so that's your 1 rep. So if you're not familiar with lots of this weightlifting, when we're doing these repetitions, if you have anywhere between 3 to 4 reps or feel fatigued, that's what we're shooting for. So research has shown that a weightlifting program greater than 6 weeks, right, decreases your risk of injury. It also increases bone density, increases stiffness of the tendons, and then it increases your capacity for force production, meaning greater performance, greater running economy, and then less risk of injury.
And if it's anything, it's decreased time or increased time.
That's all right. Here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you 5 movements. Okay, so this is our first series of this. 5 movements. All we're going to do is we're going to squat, we're going to deadlift, we're going to step up, we're going to lunge, and then we're going to do some calf raises. The most 5 probably important movements, especially for the lower extremities. Now, it is important to note that these movements are not inclusive. So meaning that there's way more movements that we can do. It just depends on your training status, your training limitations, your injury history, and then just kind of your overall comfort level and the available equipment to you. So these are all these factors, including gender and just age, kind of play into a role. So these 5 movements are your bread and butter. So let's start with them, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just show you the hinge. And again, we said we need to go heavy 2 to 3 times a week, right? What we're gonna do is look for 3 to 6 sets, 5 to 10 repetitions, 70 to 80% of that 1 rep maximum. It should feel moderately heavy, okay? You should feel fatigued at the end of the set, but not to worry you're gonna pass out, correct, coach?
Right.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with a goblet squat. So we're gonna start off with a goblet squat. All that means is using a kettlebell, a dumbbell, any type of odd object, you're gonna go ahead and put that right in front of you, go ahead and hold it right in front. This makes it a little bit more difficult. Thumbs are gonna be pointed up, and then we're just gonna go ahead and squat, coach. And we're gonna come up. Remember, so what we're looking at is just for a little bit of tempo, so we're gonna do that from the side, and go ahead and squat, coach, and go ahead and come on down. And we're just gonna do 2 more. So remember, the first movement that we're gonna do is squatting, goblet squat, and with any type of odd object, is probably the first variation that you should be doing if you're not very comfortable. An air squat, guess what? You're running all the time, so the amount of weight that you're carrying with an air squat is compares to nothing when you're running, right, coach?
Right.
All right, so the next one we're gonna show you is just a hinge, and we're just gonna show you a kettlebell or dumbbell deadlift. So all we're gonna do is that stance should be a little bit more narrow, right? And all we're gonna do is we're gonna hinge from the hips, side bend in the knees, and come on down, coach. And come on up. And we'll just do 2 more, coach. Remember, at this point, we're just gonna make sure that maximal hip, minimal knee. That's all we're looking at. Concentrating on keeping that back straight, pushing those hips back. Lots of hamstring activity through here. The third movement that we're gonna do is a step up. Now, if you notice, we're just gonna kind of focus the way that we kind of change the intensity is through weight and through height, and we could also do it through tempo, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna front rack this nice kettlebell right in here. We're gonna go and step up with the left leg, go and step up, and we're gonna step down with the left leg. So it should be supported all the way through, and go ahead and come up, go ahead and go, coach. Remember, we're trying to do 3 to 6 repetitions, all right? 3 to 6 sets, 5 to 10 repetitions, and it should feel relatively heavy. We can start off with a low step first, and we're just gonna keep that kettlebell on the same side. Right, coach? Go to relax. Now, what we're gonna do is the fourth movement is we're gonna work on the lunge. Now, since we've already worked on the step up, we're not gonna go forward, we're gonna go ahead and go backwards. So same thing, coach is gonna go ahead and front rack that, coach. So for this, all we're gonna do is make sure that the kettlebell is on the side that stays stagnant. So we're just gonna go ahead and lunge back with the left side. You're gonna stay nice and straight up. Go ahead, coach. Remember, from this position, remember, all we're looking at is getting that back knee down. Vertical body, like someone's gonna pull us up like a puppet. Go ahead and coach. And toe down, boom, and go ahead and come on up. Now the last movement we're gonna do is we're just gonna do a weighted calf raise. Now, what we wanna do is focus, okay? So again, we're using the same weight throughout, but remember, this is relative to your 70 to 80% of how you're feeling. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna focus on driving over the big toes. Tempo is always gonna be good. We're working not only on balance, but also strength through that push-off, right? Of that propulsion of the bottom of the foot. Hold, coach, come on. 3, 2, going to come on down. And again. 3, 2, going and coming down. And we'll just do one more. And relax, there we go. All right, so if you are a long distance runner, if you wanna start building muscular fatigue, we know that heavy to moderate weight, right? Anywhere between 3 to 6 sets, 5 to 10 repetitions will help us gain, obviously, this nice stiffness through the tendons that increases running economy, running performance, and overall reduction of injury. And at the end of the day, because we're running long, that's only gonna help us. Yes. Anything else, coach? Go lift heavy. Go lift heavy, lift often.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Hafa, I'm Bernie Valencia with Matson. Our local Matson team understands that these are very trying times for everyone. Matson's top priority, like yours, is to keep our families safe and healthy and ensure you have what you need. We'd like to give you peace of mind that Matson's service continues on schedule and uninterrupted. Matson is committed to our weekly service from the United States West Coast to Honolulu into Guam and Saipan. We are working with the Port Authority of Guam and providing the capacity and services our customers need so they can continue to meet your needs. Matson will take all appropriate measures to ensure continuity of service into Guam and Saipan. When we work together to take care of our family and neighbors, we will emerge from this as a stronger island community.
This public service announcement was brought to you by the Port Authority of Guam, KUAM Communications, and Matson.
So how are you feeling?
Not so great. Headaches, sore throat, and a bit of a cough.
And how long have you been feeling this way?
A few weeks.
Any fever?
Yes.
So how are you feeling?
Not so great. I've been feeling kind of lost. I'm just sad all the time. And, you know, I never used to be like this. There are days I can't get out of bed, and some days I can't sleep at all.
Any thoughts of self-harm?
Our community values everyone's voice, and right now, our combined voice can be more powerful than ever. It can bring our community together and change our island for the better. It can enhance health services, educational programs, and job opportunities, so our families and neighbors thrive today, tomorrow, and for many years to come. Responding to the 2020 Census of Guam is our chance to be heard, come together, and help shape our future.
No waiting in line to see your doctor or to pick up your medication. From tips to living a healthier lifestyle, nutrition and fitness, to the latest wellness trends, stay healthy by checking in for your weekly dose of health news on Health Check every Tuesday on KUAM News Extra. Health Check is presented by Island Cancer Center.
As an institution that has been a part of our lives, our community, our culture, and now for these changing times, the radio station you love and embrace during celebrations and in times when you need information will still be there, but in a way more accessible to more tomorrows across the globe and wherever you are. Isla lives on. The music continues. Download the KUAM News mobile app to your smart device and listen to the stream today.
It's our first week with some freedom. That means going to get our hair cut and visiting some of our favorite retail stores, although we're still trying to balance the COVID-19 crisis. Here's the latest in this week's Trend Spotting Report. Half a day, I'm Adriana Cotero. Here's your Trend Spotting Report. We press on for COVID accountability, and it seems when it comes to some of the biggest expenditures, there's not much to account for. Using her Title X special powers, Governor Lou Leon Guerrero authorized payments for several hotels and services, often without having formal contracts. While verbal agreements were made, Director of the Department of Administration, Edward Byrne, said they were executed under emergency procurement. Byrne said, quote, "The normal rules don't apply in these circumstances," unquote. In particular, we're looking at emergency quarantine and isolation facilities, hundreds of hotel rooms, and even condominium spaces, many of which went unused at $100 a day. Then there's a payout for $80,000 for food vendor Capital Kitchen without any sort of written agreement. Another instance included a memorandum of agreement with Health Services of the Pacific for medical staffing, including overtime and mileage to staff the quarantine and isolation sites. While Byrne says the governor is the only person he's taking marching orders from, the DOA director could not clarify why the governor's former chief of staff, Tony Babauta, was able to green light services for the laundry solutions. Byrne responded with, "Let me just say this, and this is important. The instructions I have gotten from the governor was to pay whatever invoices they were presented, and that means invoices that were presented and paid and invoices that are yet to be paid." Now this brings the big question under the spotlight. Will GovGuam be able to request for federal reimbursement? While we wait for that to be answered, much of the agreements with facilities have expired, which means we are moving forward with new emergency purchases, but this time with the assistance and guidance from Civil Defense and the General Services Agency to ensure proper protocols and procedures are met. Another blazing COVID-19 hot topic comes in the form of double pay for certain GovGuam essential workers. From nurses to first responders expected to get paid for the hazardous work they continue to do, while many others were ordered to stay home. Senator Joe San Augustine has been working to get essential workers paid during a public health emergency, and Attorney General Levin Camacho issued his opinion, describing it as a blanket opinion. According to Camacho, the language of Rule 8406 of the Department of Administration's Rules and Regulations requiring the government of Guam to double pay essential employees during the pandemic will depend on 3 criteria being met. The first, to declare a state of emergency. The second, the agency facility to be closed. And third, the employee is still required to report for duty and provide essential services. AG Camacho points out that the governor's executive order called for frontliners to remain on work status and relied on the agency director's authority to identify employees required to report to work and provide a service, stating, quote, "So this is not a clear-cut thing. Everyone is going to have to go through and determine on an agency-by-agency level whether or not they could potentially be entitled to either double pay or compensatory time," unquote. AG Camacho adds that this rule was never written to cover pandemic responses, but rather in instances of natural disasters, and the legislature ultimately has the ability to set compensation pay. The issue, however, has become so contentious that the Guam Federation of Teachers is planning to file a lawsuit against the governor and has obtained over 400 GovGuam employee signatures. In response to the AG's opinion, GFT's Robert Koss told KUAM, quote, "It's just an opinion," unquote. Also speaking out this week for the island's COVID heroes was former Governor Eddie Calvo on our interactive morning talk show, stating, quote, "I don't know how you go around things when it says in the books you got to pay double pay. And if you called an emergency and then called some folks to come out to work on that, if it says in the Department of Administration's rules and regulations it's double pay, it's double pay. I don't know how you make an executive order to contravene it," unquote. And bringing some relief for island residents suffering from being out of work or low on hours, the federal economic stimulus hit mailboxes this week. Some 40,000 checks were processed, many starting at the $1,200 range for single people, $24,000 for couples, and $500 for every kid under 17. Guam joins millions of Americans in the one-time CARES Act payout. Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Trendspotting. I'm Adriana Cotero. Have a safe weekend.
King's Restaurants are still cooking up your favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner plates and have them available for carryout and delivery. Call them in Tamuning at 647-5464 or in Dedito at 637-5464 and order for carryout. For delivery, please download the free Grab and Grub app and follow the instructions to get King's delivered to your door. Be safe and stay healthy until we see each other again at King's.
More freedom. To learn more, to create more, to connect more. Mix and match data pass. Take your data further.
No waiting in line to see your doctor or to pick up your medication. From tips to living a healthier lifestyle, nutrition and fitness, to the latest wellness trends, stay healthy by checking in for your weekly dose of health news on Health Check every Tuesday on KUAM News Extra. Health Check is presented by Island Cancer Center.
Why pay full price? We'll help you save. Check out KUAM deals on KUAM.com/deals for the island's hottest promos, sales, discounts, and so much more. KUAM deals exclusively on KUAM.com. Find your deals today and let us help you save.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for, your weekend Cold Stone Creamery birthday shoutouts. Weekend birthdays are always the best, so happy birthday number 15 to Wraith and Sublime. You are getting love from mom, dad, and your sisters. Also, Kania Ani Matanonia Pinaula. Happy birthday to you. And to Peter James St. Nicholas, we wish you hope you have a fantastic birthday. Also, happy birthday to one of our own here at Camp Happy, KUM's very own Anna Vuki. Anna, we hope you have a wonderful birthday, and we're very happy to have you as a member of our family. Also on Sunday, May 17th, happy birthday number 5 to Amory Cundiff. Love always from mom, dad, and your family. Happy birthday number 17 to Naotala Arceo. Even during this pandemic, your friends say, God bless you from all of us, your parents, Robert and Loli, siblings Jachim, Jediah, Jetris, Jocelyn, and Julius and Frankie. Happy birthday to Leyland Garces Espinoza, who celebrates birthday number 56, with love from your kids, Nina, the twins, Desi and Danny, as well as Peter and your hubby, Danny. And also happy birthday number 8 to Michael Shinahara, to Arkuma, from your familia, Ama and Papa, Mommy and Daddy, your siblings, Navia, Zaya, and Gage, Uncle Gabe, and Nina Tawny. Also, happy birthday to Chloe Esperon, who celebrates birthday lucky number 7. Your friends and family all say they love you. And also birthday love going out to Evia Timanglo, who celebrates a birthday. And Jobella Camacho, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday also to John Castro Naylor. And last but certainly not least, happiest of birthday wishes going to Jessa St. Nicholas Kinathan. It's a great time to have a birthday on the weekend, so we hope each and every one of you be safe, take care of each other, and have a fantastic birthday weekend. All right, that's going to do it for our show. Thank you as always for watching. Please, as I said, be safe, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next time.